matter whether or not the person that is accosting your son or daughter or my son or daughter, my wife, your husband, my mother, your parents. It doesn't matter whether or not they were deprived as a youth. It doesn't matter whether or not they had no background that enabled them to become socialized into the fabric of society. It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society. The end result is they're about to knock my mother on the head with a lead pipe, shoot my sister, beat up my wife, take on my sons. So I don't want to ask, what made them do this? They must take it off. The consensus is A, we must take back the streets. It doesn't matter whether or not the person that is accosting your son or daughter or my son or daughter, my wife, your husband, my mother, your parents. It doesn't matter whether or not they were deprived as a youth. It doesn't matter whether or not they had no background that enabled them to become socialized into the fabric of society. It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society. The end result is they're about to knock my mother on the head with a lead pipe, shoot my sister, beat up my wife, take on my sons. So I don't want to ask, what made them do this? They must take it off. The consensus is A, we must take back the streets. It doesn't matter whether or not the person that is accosting.
Hey, Shalom. Kalaim Lab, Nawi Yahubah Shemel Shai, Bashem Kahak Wadash, Kabad Lahaz Ukonyam, Shagam Sa, Wahab Bayat, Shad Dawada, Wahab Karim, giving all praise and honor and glory to Abinah Yahweh in the name of Zon Began Son Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ. Also sending my double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, as well as a peace, love, and salutations to the Bayat Shah Dawudah, which is the house of David in Wahabakarium, and the elect that indeed risen here in these last days, as the scriptures tell us so. Just another example of these, these devils. They don't care about you, Jake, man. They don't care what they did. They hold themselves not guilty, all right? And they put all the blame on you. And this, this is the mind state. This is the spirit of these demons, man. They hold themselves not guilty. Hey, but I'm gonna touch on that in the scripture. I don't want. I got 3 scriptures lined up. If the Lord put the spirit to bring something else out, I'll bring it out. But 3 main scriptures came to mind watching this demon say, spew his nonsense. This is Habakkuk 2:15. It says, "Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken, also that thou mayest look on their nakedness." And this is what he's talking. Who cares if they're, got a washed up fabric of society, that they can't get into the house in which we built, that they don't fit into it. Who cares? All right. Well, guess what, Esau? You created this madness, man. You created a house built, for you. And kept Jake out of it. All right, now that Jake is fighting against your system and is mad off of your system and your philosophies, now you want to turn and look at him like he's in the wrong. No, man. You brought your philosophies to Jake. You set your house on Jake, man. What did Malcolm X say? He said, and I hate to use these men that are not in the truth, all right, as quotes, but sometimes they got a point, all right. He said, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock, but Plymouth Rock landed on us. All right, you brought your philosophies and your doctrines, and you built your house on us, man. All right, you used us, you used and abused us, and you want to get mad when we use and abuse your system. Hey, man, that's why the scriptures say this. Habakkuk 2:15. "Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken, also that they may look at their nakedness," man. So you started it, man. All right, you done built these, and most of the Jake that he's talking about, man. He's over exaggerating it. All right, because if we go through history of Esau, Edom, man, y'all been, smacking old mothers with over the head with things for centuries, man. Y'all been raping, robbing, and stealing for centuries, man. But then when it happens onto you want to cry about it, all right? You want to cry about the meager bullshit, and Salakia, for saying a so-called curse word, all right? But this is what he wants to do, man. He's a crybaby, all right? He's a crybaby, bro. All right. Next scripture I want to get is Zechariah 11:5. He says, "Woe, Salakia, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not." All right. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. That's the point, man. They hold themselves not guilty. They brought Jake on cargo slave ships over here to the so-called Americas. They killed the North American Indians, the Gadites, all right, the Reubenites, all right. They destroyed and slayed them and stole their land and raped their women, all right, and they think there's nothing wrong with that, all right. They took over the so-called Virgin Islands, the islands Hispaniola, all right, and did the same thing, rape, robbing, and murdering, all right, and then brought the remainder of Jake over on the west parts of Africa to come over here and serve slavery and build up their wicked kingdom. But and they hold themselves not guilty for that, man. This devil said it. Who cares if they, and I'm roughly paraphrasing his words, but who cares if they came from poverty? Who cares if they, the world had us as so-called white people, we got one up on them. Who cares if they're the lowest of the low? All I know is that they're going to beat my mama over the head with a lead pipe. These devils, man, their semantics, all right, it's far beyond, anything that you can come up with, man. And this is why we call him the devil, the deceiver, man. That they are great at deceiving people, man. All right, but they hold themselves not guilty for the things in which they do, but yet they want to place all the guilt on Jake. Jacob is the problem. Jacob is the issue. All right, let's tighten our laws for Jake. But this is all a reason or a gateway to further destroy Jacob, man. And it goes back from Genesis, man. All right. Esau said it in his heart: as soon as my father dies, surely I will slay my brother. Roughly paraphrasing. And this is the spirit that's on these demons, man. My last scripture I want to touch on, this is Revelation 2:10. It says, "And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength." And who's that salvation and strength for? That's for Israel. That's for Jacob, man. All right? And it's to fight against demons like this. Right? Fight against because this is the spirit that's on the elite. This same spirit is on the elite, man. All right? And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down. And who's the accuser of our brethren? This is an example of a demon right here, man. The devil right here, accusing the brethren, which accused them before our power day and night, man. And this is what they do. They accuse Jake, man. They say, look, Jake eating swine. All right, look, Jake is killing each other. All right, look, Jake is evil. All right, Jake is selling drugs, witchcraft. Jake is doing all these things, but it was set up and it was structured by who? You, man. That's why the first scripture I brought up is, woe to them that giveth his neighbor drink and laugh at the nakedness, man. Because you're the cause of the problem, Esau E. Yet you want to be the accuser of thy brethren. You want to point the finger at Jake, man. And this is just a quick example of this guy with Senator Joseph Biden. All right, just doing as with the spirit on him that Esau has, man, because he is an Edomite. All right, just a further unveiling of the true spirit of these devils, man. Right, and I just want to bring that out. I don't want to say you. I hope you were edified. You know, I mean, these devils don't care about Jake, man. These devils accuse us night and day. We are the problem. No, Esau, you're the problem, Esau. You're the problem, Esau. How you think guns get in the hood, Esau? You don't. There's no gun that's named, Javon. All right, Jamal. No, man, you got Smith and Wessons, Winchesters. These are yours, man. How you gonna blame Jake, man? How did Jake don't create nothing that and stamp his name on it? All right, it's you Edomites that do that, man. Granted, they say Jacob is the creator, former of all things. We are the former of all things, but Esau uses it for wickedness, man. All right, Jake don't have no poppy fields. All right, so how you think them drugs get in the neighborhoods, man? How you think them guns get in their neighborhoods? Jacob ain't building no guns, man. All right, he ain't got no Winchester, no Smith and Wesson, building facility, manufacturing, right? He ain't manufacturing none of these, man. This is all you're doing, man. It's the spirit of Esau and Jacob just fighting against each other, and Esau just want to be he's in a power street right now. What's the scripture say? In Job, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, man. So what is the wicked gonna do, man? Especially the wicked being Esau. He's gonna fulfill the spirit of his great grandfather, who is Esau himself, man, who said, "Surely when my father dies, I will slay my brother." And this is what he's trying to do: convince the people to tighten, the shackles that they already have on Jake, man. All right, accusing thy brother night and day. So I pray you were edified. I know I rambled on a little bit too much. So with that, I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yashai, Bashim Kakadash, Shalom.